around doing high kicks, which was a threat to all the other people in the nursing home. And if you remember 9 years ago when we buried Dad, we had the service at Rose Bay, and in the middle of the Greek Orthodox service, Mum started whistling, as she was advanced dementia at the time, and I don't think the poor priest or the cantor had any idea what was happening, but they were kind enough to let her continue whistling. She just had such a wonderful love of music and joy and life in her heart. And I'd like to call upon my brother, Peter Comino, to come and celebrate that.
I've got standing next to me in case I thought up Peter Brookman, who's a lifetime friend of mine, and curiously enough, Mum and Dad knew him before I did. Him and his parents used to come and shop at our shop at Como West, and Dad coached Peter, and Peter, I think, broke his arm and had to leave the team early on.
Not because he coached. That was my fault. It's another school.
Anyway, I work with terminally ill patients and their spouses on a nearly daily basis, and at times in my mind I become obsessed with death. Like her mother, Mum had remarkably managed to survive bowel cancer. I used to think nothing could be worse than cancer, but I was wrong. Mum's and Dad's 50th wedding anniversary was on the 15th of May 1996, and many of you were here today were there. In the same year, 6 months later, Mum was diagnosed with cerebral vascular dementia. As had been mentioned already, so for nearly 14 years, Mum had the shroud of dementia cover her. I know of no one else who has had dementia as long as this. It's certainly not a record I'd want to break, nor wish on anyone else. Thankfully, Mum is now at peace. For Stavry and Yardi and Eleni, their only living image of the Yaya was in St. Basil's. Fortunately, Shane was old enough to remember differently. But there are images of my relationship with my mum I would like to share with all of my children. When I was young, I used to worry that my mum would die and I would cry myself to sleep. When I was bored, I would hassle my mum to play with me, and she would. When I was doing my homework and I needed the correct spelling of a word, I would use my walking dictionary, Mum. When I needed to go to football practice, Mum couldn't drive, so she would walk me to training at Janelli every week. When friends hurt my feelings, Mum would say the right words to make me feel better. When I fell and grazed myself, Mum would put mercurochrome on it. When I felt low and no good at anything, Mum would pump my ego back up. And when I felt frustrated, Mum would listen to my annoyance, which made me feel better. When I wanted to learn to dance Greek and to waltz, my teacher and first partner was Mum. My mum was my rock. Whenever I saw her cry, my world became unsure for me, so I would cry too. When I watched the TV news, my mum would tell Roger Clemson off for his pronunciation. When John and Kay left home, my mum became my best friend. At times at school, when I was called a wog or a dago, Mum was my only friend. Although she loved listening to Nat King Cole, my mum would cry. My mum used to darn my woolen school socks. Sometimes the darned socks was uncomfortable in a shoe. I used to watch Mum prepare and neatly place inside a cooking pot stuffed cabbage leaves. I especially used to like watching her make kaluri into the twisted shapes. I could never understand how she could do her Greek meals without a recipe book. Mum would help me practice my lines if I was in a play. I love Mum.